everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi. How is everybody doing? It's that time again, Clan Battle, October 2024. How does time fly? So today we're going to be having a look at the 5 Clan Battle bosses we will be taking on this month and the best teams to take them on with. So first boss we have got this month here, Madam Electra, the electric chicken, who is weak to light and to dark. So let's jump over here and have a look at some of the teams that have been suggested. We're going to look at Worry Chefs today. There is the Akurumi as well website to look at, which will be linked in the description if you wanted to, for the teams that we have got. So first of all here, Madam Electra, we can see here little lyrical light and dark. So we have got little lyrical here being used. The best team though actually looks like the one here with Xmas, June and New Year's. Sheffy, just for set and forget. Compositions, 152 million there. There are a few other variations of this team. There we go, that's what it goes to use. So there we go, little lyrical, their unique equipment has brought them back up into favour here. They are being used, and this is not the only boss, spoiler, that they have got teams for this month. So if we look at simple timelines here for this Madam Electra, a little bit more damage here, 170 if you have got a whale tree, I guess, and you can take this timeline on. Maybe the timeline being lethal, 165 million, might be more realistic for most of us, but there are a few other timelines here. Uzuki is in one here from Idolmaster. That's a bit strange. We get all the old characters back. Did have her on Global, don't have her obviously on the JP account because, well, it's been impossible for us because she's never returned. But there we go, little lyrical, light, physical teams here for Madam Electra. So quick timeline summary for Boss 1 here, 169 to 170 million. If you could run that simple manual team there at the top. But there we go, a few teams for the Madam Electra Boss 1. So let's jump back over then into the game. And we will take on Madam Electra with one of our teams. So let's jump in with one of the teams we saw there on the Google Docs suggestions. We're going to go in with this one. We're just going to run a set and forget auto team for this video. When we get into Clan Battle, we'll probably try, nope, that's the wrong way, we want Monica set. We don't want Nozomi sets for this team. Now this team's supposed to be getting 140 million, potentially. Might be slightly better if you've got New Year's Sheffy to run New Year's Sheffy instead of this magical girl Monica. We do have a few other options that we have just gone over for this team. Simple timeline for this team though, this is the one that could potentially get 170 million, but there's a lot of tricky instructions there. One that's not quite so tricky, 165 million, maybe that would be the one to try, so we'll give that one a go when Clan Battle finally starts. If you had Uzuki, I mean, you'd be interested to run that Uzuki, that still says 133 million on it. But there we go, Magical Girl Monica getting a little bit of a run. That is nice to see. Another character, and oh, we can't forget Little Lyrical here, who finally been given a unique equipment that gives them so much use. They are now very good, and as we can see here, when we have a look at the damage, we did here 139 million. It was we practically got the 140 that was recommended, that was suggested in the Google Docs there. Little Lyrical doing huge amounts of damage. Their main damage dealer on this team. So there we go. That is Madam Electra. Let's jump over then into our next boss. So here we are, Boss 2, Goblin Rider, and as we can see, he is weak to wind and to dark. So again, if we jump over to the Worry Chef documents here, we can see we have got a few set and forgets automatic teams here. A lot of dark magic again. All of these have got Warlock Jita in them. Few variations. What are we looking at? 123 million, I think, looks the highest there with the Ilia. as the tank, if you can pull that one off. Simple timeline then for D2. Again, 144. It's jumped up a little bit here if you can run one of these simple timelines. Is the Ilya team here, or are they all Warlock Jeter? Now the Ilya team, 129, a little bit more damage with that one, with the timeline. But it is looking, if we go and have a look at the summary, get this back up here for D2. Where are we here? D2. 144 million with Warlock Jeter tanking. Best the Ilya tanking team can do, 129. So it looks like a variation of Dark Magic to be taking on our Goblin Rider. So let's jump back into the game and see how we can do with one of these teams. Okay, so let's jump in to the Goblin Rider. We're going to use this team here. As you can see, the power of this Warlock Jeter we are borrowing isn't very high. I'm not sure that she has even got her unique equipment on her. Still do appreciate her being there on our friends list, but we should really unset Uni there and let this one go. We'll see how it does. There was only Warlock Jeter we had, but every single team for this boss had a Warlock Jeter in it, so there was no other options. So we're going to use Ilya here, 6-star Ilya. As the tank here, this is a multiple target boss, so we can see this Goblin Rider. This team, 123 million is what it should be getting. I don't think we were going to get that. Probably would do better if we did have a full powered Warlock Jeter to borrow. Remember last clan battle she disappeared, she went on holiday, and now she's come back. That's why she's been taken off the friends list for clan battle. So if we wanted to run this team with a timeline, what was we looking at? Can't find it. Down here, 129 million, which is a little bit more, but not a huge amount. But it definitely does look like Warlock Jeter is back from holiday and totally refreshed. Because she's in every single team, it looks like, for this boss here, Goblin Rider. If you don't have her, then, like me, you can't borrow it. You might be in a little bit of trouble with this boss. There we go. Goblin Rider. We did die at least. 96 million, a little bit shy of 123. But like I said, we needed to have a better Warlock Jeter, and we would have done a lot better here. So not too bad. Just a little test there. So let's move over then to our next boss here, boss number 3. So moving on then to boss number 3, the Wild Crow. And we can see here Wild Crow is weak to water and to wind. So if we jump over then to the Worry Chef's Google Docs, we'll have a look at some of the teams here. These are the automatic set and forget teams, and we have got Rin from Idolmaster appearing in some of these teams. Where have they all coming from? They're like, hey, I want to go in clan battle, it's my turn. So if you have Rin from Idolmaster, if you are an OG long time player, perhaps you can run them teams. If you are from Global, you won't have her because she's not retained. And they're doing 116 million. If that is the case, maybe one of these other teams down here with Spring Kyoka. We have got the Alchemist Nozomi, character released this month, in one of these teams here, 114, and then a combination of, well, all sorts down there. Ruka, Aoi, Nefi, Shiori, and the Sports Fest Uni right at the bottom. So let's have a look at some simple teams then for D3 here. Again, damage has gone up a little bit if you can run them. If you have a Rin, if you can borrow a Rin from Idolmaster there is the team that I'll probably be running. That 121 if you run this timeline. So a quick look at the summary then for D3. Only 3 teams here, 149 million, but you have to have that Rin from Idolmaster. If not, it looks like everyone's best bet is going to be this Spring Kyoka Alchemist Nozomi team if you have got them or you can borrow them. So let's jump back over again into game, see how we do running that team. Okay, so for Wild Crow, we are going to go in with this team here. I have to borrow the Spring Kyoka. So let's jump in with this team here, and it's Nenika and Ameth there that are on set, just on this set and forget team. This team here 114 million we have got as a target to try and achieve. Going to get to use our Alchemist Nozomi here, which we did get this month. Very happy to do that. This is the boss we've just seen that has Rin from Idolmaster as a character that we could potentially use in one of the teams if you have her, or you could borrow her. That is a little bit a surprise to see. But this is where we're getting use from, like I say, the new character this month, Alchemy Nozomi. As we did see, we do have a bit of a wind sort of flash fire-ish team. If you can't build this one, if you didn't get the Alchemist Nozomi using Fury, transfer student Aoi, but day uni. So where are we on this team here? 114, like I said, to try to get 10 seconds left to go. We are looking at a little bit low at the moment. I don't think. Well, actually, no. You might just scrape that kind of damage from this team. Nearly there, last union best, yeah. There we go. And 113. So yes, very, very close to that 114 million damage. Let's just have a quick look at the report. Spring Kyoka doing most of the damage there. Alchemist Nozomi in second place. So that was our third boss. So let's jump over then to our next boss, boss number 4. So here we are, moving on to boss number 4. Stormjiz. That is that's a bit of an unfortunate translation. I think it was Zizi. This guy was called Zizi, was he not? In the very, very first story event we got with Hatsune and Shiori was fighting this Zizi. Maybe we can just look over that. Call him Zizi, not Mr. Jizz. So jump over to the Google documents. Fire and Light, he's weak too. And we can see we have got Little Lyrical Trio again. Here we are, like I said, they have got more teams that I have been recommended with. This shows how good their unit equipment is. The team below them, they're 111 million, Christina, and that is 121 when you swap out Christina for Little Lyrical. So the Little Lyrical Trio seem to have got the same kind of damage, if not more, than pre-first Christina. They are on the hair level now with damage. As you can see here, we have got Lind and Worm teams. If I could run one of these teams, I will give it a try. But like I said, when I summon for them, probably couldn't still run a fire magic team because I was missing Sunomaho. Halloween Kyoka as well, missing here. But these are options if you have the characters. What have we got? 138 million, I think, here. With this physical looking team here with the Summer Makoto, looks like the highest. Set and forget. Let's have a look at simple timelines then for D4. 160 if you can run this one. That's pretty good. Probably going to give that one a try when Clan Battle finally starts. Today we're just going to run Set and Forget team to show what there is. But we've got Worm, we've got Lind, and we've got Little Lyrical in teams here for Zizi. We'll call him Zizi. That is his name. Quick look at the summary then for 160 million with Worm and Lind, and Halloween Kyoko, who is in the banner at the moment, but I don't know if I would recommend summoning just to do this unless you are in a very top tier clan. There we go, that is boss number 4. Let's jump in and see how good we can do with one of our teams. So let's see how we do against boss number 4, and I hope the girls have got their protection. We're going to run in this time with the Little Lyrical team we just saw. Another boss that we can use Little Lyrical on. It does say full sets on the Worry Chest, but I do think it is better to unset Nefinera. It has worked out better for me to unset here. What are we expecting from this? 121 million. This does show how good Little Lyrical are now. I am grinning. I'm really happy to see them up there. Interchangeable with Christina for damage. In fact, doing a little bit more damage on this team against this boss than Christina is doing. So that shows they are definitely up there in the top tiers. This boss also an option was Worm and Lind. If you did get Worm and Lind this month, you would have also have to have some Maho, perhaps Halloween Kyoka. Like I said earlier, that's why I can't run the Magic team. I knew I wouldn't be able to, but we still wanted to get Worm and Lind because they were new characters. There are a few options for this team, and a lot of them are new characters or characters with upgrades that have been recent. Not surprising, they're going to want you to try to keep summoning 4 new characters and play the game. So what, we've got 10 seconds left, and we are way over the damage. 121 was it that we said, but it is a little bit of a funny boss, this one. At the end, a lot of damage comes in, potentially could have some problems. Everybody did die, that's why I said to unset Nefinera, and that helped there with people surviving. If this team does die, then maybe the Christina one is a little bit better for you. But again, Little Lyrical doing huge damage there, the main damage dealer on this team, way outstripping Commander Eriko, who on their own can do a decent amount of damage on the right setup. So there we go, boss number 4. Maybe just tried to call him ZZ and forget his name, but let's move on to our final boss this month. So here we are then with our final boss this month. Let's have the pult. I wanted to see how that was written with the Japanese. But here we've got this mechanical scorpion who is weak to fire and to water. So then quickly jump over then to the documents. What do we have here? The best team looks like this top one here with some air. If you can run it, I can't. If you would like to pay your attention to down here, Pleb Tree dies. It says Pleb Tree dies on all the rest of these. So if you can run them, maybe you're going to have a bit of difficulty running them if you don't have the most masterpieces, etc, etc. I think we're going to give this one down here with Eris a go. Simple timelines for this boss here, number 5. Perhaps running the timeline might be a little bit better. That might be an option if you have what is the class as a pleb tree. Muimi team, we didn't see that one before, did we? That's 152 million. So maybe if you're going to run a timeline, if you can run these, perhaps they are the way to go. 140, 139, a few Christina tanking teams, Reno getting a little bit of action there if you run that team. Quick summary of the timeline then, if we can get the D5 up. 152 million with that Muimi team, which is a simple timeline. All of these simple timelines here. Looks like this last boss might be a little tricky for a lot of us. Let me know how you were getting with that, but we'll jump in then and we will see how we can do with one of these teams. So let's see how we fare with our final boss here, Lestapult. We are going to have to go in with this team here, borrowing the Dream Park Maho, because we don't have the fire characters to run the fire team. This, if you don't have Eris, perhaps Summer Ameth. If you don't have Summer Ameth, then Eris. Did run this team with Summer Ameth instead of Eris here, and the Summer Nanaka died. Summer Nanaka died, so play about with it there. But this is a boss that says Pleb Tree dies on a lot of them. Maybe we are better off running the timeline then with Muimi, but there's a bit of tank swapping shenanigans going on with the Kokoro. Again, might be a little bit difficult to pull off. So this team here, 130 million. It has suggested it can do, I think by the looks of it, that's a little bit optimistic. It might be better if you can to run one of the fire teams there. If you've got Halloween Mimi, Halloween Shinobu, maybe you could do that. Halloween Mimi just getting their unique equipment too. And again, being good enough to at least be a consideration for the clan battle that is upcoming. And there we go. I think this is really a bit of RNG here. This boss again might be causing us a bit of trouble if we are a new player or we are not a big whale. So anyway, this was supposed to be 130 million. We are nowhere near that. Only 83 million. Looks like for me this might be the boss that I'm going to struggle with a little bit personally. but there was a bit of overlap with this team and Boss 2, so maybe we'll just run Boss 2 Goblin Rider instead. So there we go, that was Clan Battle for October 2024. Let me know how you're doing with that. Hopefully we can all get some good scores, so good luck to everybody for Clan Battle this month. Thank you for watching, everybody. I am Tokkuri Yashi. I'll see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey, hey, hey.